Welcome back. Today we're going to start the research portion of the meeting. This guy gets it. Are you interested in presenting? You can sign up at the presentations.ritsec.club. If you need ideas, we have ideas.ritsec.club. And if you want free stuff, you got to present. It's how you get the lanyard, if you know this. It's this easy to fill out the form. You got your name. It's easy mode, right, guys? Yeah, take it from them all day. I love you too, Kenny. We got our announcements. Join the Discord if you haven't. Yeah. Please sign in. Oh, yeah, please sign in. This one's real. You guys know how it works. Check the calendar. Big fan of the calendar. Also big fan of the newsletter. Everyone looks like they're in that. Okay, clap it up for the sponsors. All day. Okay. And now we got this week's cybersecurity news. I got the Microsoft Exchange thing, hospital network that's getting hacked, and Uber cover-up. Microsoft Exchange. So last week, Microsoft became aware of a Exchange server attack, and one of the security researchers named it Proxy Not Shell, which is what they're going with. It impacts Microsoft Exchange Server 2013, 2016, and 2019. And there's targeted attacks, and they're using 2 0 days that are being tracked as those. One of them's a 8.8 out of 10 in terms of severity, and it is a server-side request forgery vulnerability. And there's also another one that kind of piggybacks off of 41040, and like chaining them together allows for a remote execution. And you still need authenticated access to use these. So that was the only reason they gave it an 8.8 out of 10. Yes. So they have Microsoft has shared a mitigation to fix this, and it's available in their GitHub. But this is only for the on-premises Exchange users. So if you have your own Exchange server, this is kind of like their fix. If you're using it in the cloud, I think they're already trying to take care of it. And they have a fix available on their GitHub called the Exchange On-Premises Mitigation Tool, or EMOT v2. And then the mitigation only covers the known attacks, but this was their first initial version, or first initial update didn't really cover everything because they had like a URL exclusion, but there was a security researcher named Jang who was able to get past this, and then they issued another fix, and I think he got past this one too, so they're pretty much fixing it every single day, and then someone's trashing it every single day, so eventually they'll catch up. Next, we have hospital hacking. Oh, these notes are not up to date. Okay. So several hospitals are experiencing suspected ransomware attacks. They've been categorized as an IT incident. Yeah, IT security issue. And this is from Common Spirit Health, which is I saw 2 sources on this. One said it was the 4th largest health system, and then someone also said it's the 2nd largest health system. But they have around 140 hospitals with them, so that's a lot. And they've been delaying care and rescheduling appointments because they'd rather play it safe with the IT issues that they're currently facing. And they have their protocol for dealing with ransomware, so they're kind of working down, and they've started disabling some systems as a safety precaution. And a lot of people are getting notifications hey, your appointment's been rescheduled because we're having issues. This is at least 15 healthcare companies have already been hit by ransomware, and that's just this year. And in July, the CISA and the FBI had a joint statement, and they were warning that Korean-backed hackers were targeting the public health sector. They don't have a group to attribute this to, but it's pretty funny that they said, this is going to happen, and then it happened. Not funny, but you know how it works. Then there's the Uber cover-up, which the U.S. federal court has found the Uber chief of staff officer Joseph Sullivan guilty on 2 different counts. One of them being obstruction of justice for not reporting a breach, which they gave him 5 years, and then concealing knowledge of obstruction, which I think came with 3 years. And they're accusing him of actively hiding a breach from the FCC in 2016. So Uber was breached, and driver information was stolen. And basically, once he found the extortionists, he's like, hey, guys, here's $100,000. We'll call it a bug bounty program. We don't have to report it. Yeah. We're good, right? And it turns out that they weren't actually good. Because then the hackers went on to breach something else pretty soon after that would have been caught if they had been brought to justice. And this was already while they were being probed for a different breach in 2014. So this dude kind of fumbled the bag. And this is kind of landmark because it's the first time a senior company executive has faced criminal charges for a data breach. So this might have implications down the line for future breaches. My sources, I did not make these up. And without further ado, this week's presentations. We have Ronan and Jose with how they solved last week's WebCTF. Tenchi is going to be doing a talk on his house of heap exploitation. Kyle will be doing a talk on wanting a unionized CSEC job. And then we have Benjamin doing hacking malware CNCs. We ball.